budget family. So, have you ever felt like you were doing everything in your power to pay all of your debt off, but somehow you kept falling in the same place and never getting anywhere? Well, guess what? It is normal, as a study shows that this is a trap that 69% of Americans get in when trying to pay off debt. So, I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can prevent these pitfalls when you're trying to pay off debt. Number one, not having a clear budget. If you're not having a clear budget, you are going to have a lack of a roadmap in your finances. We cannot do that. People often underestimate their expenses, leading to overspending, and a budget will help you prioritize essential expenses and allocating your money towards debt repayment. That's what we're doing here. We are repaying debt. So here are going to be a few tips that you can use. First, you're going to create a zero-based budget. I have a video on that. Go take a look if you've never heard of it before. Please see what this zero-based budget is. You can also make sure that you're using a budgeting app like Mint or YNAB to track your spending and your savings, and make sure you're using separate accounts from your needs and your wants, because we want to make sure that we're adjusting our spending habits and we're not going into additional money that's set aside. Have you ever thought that you had enough money at the end of the month and then boom, you figure out you don't? That's the danger of not budgeting. And what's your biggest challenge that you are sticking with your budget right now? Leave it in the comments below. Let me know. We're doing this together. Number two is the continuation of credit cards. Many people keep swiping these cards while they're trying to pay off balances, which is not paying off. It's just an increase of your debt. So the interest on a purchase adds up quickly, and this is making your debt repayment efforts null and void. So make sure these tips are something that you're going to incorporate. Switch to cash or debit cards for your daily purchases. Freeze or cut up your credit cards temporarily to prevent usage. And make sure you focus on debt snowball or the avalanche method for repayment. Snowball is my favorite. Go take a look. I have a video on that. Super easy, and you're going to love it. So, do you feel tempted to use your cards? Just this one thing. I used to feel that way, but I've learned to keep my debt in cycle and how to manage my debit card spending, not credit, but debit. Number three, ignoring your emergency savings. Paying off debt without an emergency fund leaves you vulnerable. Make sure that you have money set aside for car repairs, medical bills. This can force you back into debt. So you have to make sure that you are focusing on saving up money for this. So let's start with a small emergency fund, like $1,000, because aggressively paying off debt is our focus right now. And this is what I learned from Dave Ramsey. Add it to gradually as your debt increase. You can just add an additional $50 here, $50 there. So keep these funds separate in an accessible account. Please make sure that they're not together. Have you ever paid off debt only to find an emergency derail your progress? And it does. It's frustrating, right? So what's the strategy of handling unexpected expenses? Let me know. I'm really curious what you do right now in order to handle that. Other things, underestimating lifestyle creep. That is our fourth one. Lifestyle creep occurs when you have income increases, which is going to happen, and we want that to happen. So we need to make sure that your expenses do not increase along with that. Instead of putting extra income toward debt, many upgrade their lifestyles, prolong their financial struggles, and we are not going to do that. We're going to make sure that we are going to do these tips. Commit to living below our means, Even with a raise or bonus, use windfalls, tax refunds, bonuses, side hustles to pay off this debt and differentiate between what you need versus what you feel is nice to have. It happens all the time. I know. Isn't it funny how we always find ways to spend more as soon as we earn more? Have you ever experienced this? Tell me what keeps you focused on your financial goals. Curious, so many people have so many different ways. So, number 5 is going to be the lack of accountability. You know, that is a big pitfall. It happens. Going at it alone can lead to burnout and poor decisions. Without accountability, it's easy to stray from our goals. And that's not what we want. We want to make sure that we have our goals clear and we're continuously working on them. So share your financial goals with a trusted family member or friend. Join a support group on an online debt-free community. We're getting ready to start one of those, so stay tuned and you can join as well. Celebrate small wins with your accountability partner to stay motivated. You need to make sure that you have someone that is motivating you. If they're not motivating you, kick them out. So, who do you talk to about your financial goals? I found that having someone to share the progress and setbacks will make a huge difference. Do you have an accountability partner? If so, let me know below. I'm curious why people fall into these pitfalls. Of course, it's the reasons. 1, lack of education. Many people simply do not know where to start and how to prioritize. It happens. Sorry, but it happens. Number 2, emotional spending. You're stressed or you desire some type of immediate gratification, which leads to poor financial decisions. I don't know what to tell you, but it's something we have to stop. 3, overconfidence. Thinking I've got this under control without a clear system in place. We do not. So make sure we stay focused. Overwhelmed by debt. The sheer amount of debt can feel paralyzing. I've been there, I know, still feel that way, leading to inaction or poor choices. So, number 5, it is going to be no longer having a term plan. People focus on quick fixes rather than sustainable strategies. Remember, debt freedom isn't just about numbers, it's about a mindset and discipline and making sure you have a willingness to avoid these pitfalls. With one thing that is you're doing right now, let me know what makes your progress on this debt journey. Like, how are you succeeding and progressing on this? And again, make sure as always you like, subscribe, and make comments. I want you all to talk to me. Let me know. Also, I'll have my email address below so that you can actually contact me and I can help you with a clear, concise budget. All right, have a great one and thank you for joining again.